was me. Episode 15 from Darren's living room.
Oh, it's nice in there, isn't it? Comfy seats, all the mod cons, apart from headphones.
I love the headphones at home. We can barely hear ourselves. We're probably redlining. Anyway, what have we got coming up today?
So we've got my new quiz game, sandwiches mid-service, spatial awareness, and then film recommendation.
Oh, quick. Let's go with this one.
Quick fire one tonight. It is late. Right now, I was listening to something on the radio earlier. There was some sort of radio quiz and it was whatever. And then I remembered another chef had said to me a quiz game once upon a time. And I thought, oh, that's quite fun. And he said it, and it was quite a simple thing. But when you're put on the spot, it's not such a simple thing. And I thought, well, that'd be good when we get guests on, that we can just throw a different thing at them. You'll follow me in a second when I tell you what it is. But apparently my stopwatch is on 9 hours, 23 minutes and 51 seconds. So let's just reset that because that's not what I need. So what I'm going to do is you're going to get a 10-second window. Right?
Wait a minute, you're going to quiz me?
I'm going to quiz you. You're the only one here.
What if I look stupid?
Well, you will. That's part of the nature of the beast. But it's not, because as long as you know chefing, you'll know the answer. But I'll do the one that Joshy Squashy originally said, because it was his thing, so I'll go with that.
That's mushrooms.
What?
That was mushrooms.
What was mushrooms?
When Joshy was quizzing people in the kitchen that time at Bedruthen, where he was name all the wild mushrooms.
It wasn't that, but it could be that.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go with it, all right? And you just got to play along. And then it works on many levels, but we're just going to roll with it for a second. So I'll give you a little 3-second count in, and then I won't even do that. I should probably structure this better, right? What I'll do is I'll say to you what the product is. It's going to be like Iron Chef. I'm going to say the product is this. And then you've got 10 seconds.
On the spot. I'm going to be nervous.
On the spot. You're on the spot now. So,
and I'm going to get it all wrong.
When I say go, you've got 10 seconds to name as many different types as you can of pasta. Go.
Pasta. Rigatoni, lasagna, tagliatelle, orzo.
Out of time, you got 3.
Hang on a minute. Wait.
You got 3.
What do you mean I've got? How many seconds have I got?
You had 10 seconds. You named 3 pastas in 10 seconds.
I thought it was 30 seconds.
30? It was not 30. It was 10 seconds. You got 3 pastas in 10 seconds.
I want to go again.
Well, no. You were on the spot. I told you had 10 seconds. You didn't listen.
All right, I'm going to get you back with one then.
That's fine. But it works on many levels because you could do it as... You could do pastas. You could do mushrooms.
Right, well, now we're on you. Okay, do you got 10 seconds to go and I'll use my hands to count down.
Do you want me to do the timer here? Hold on.
No, forget the timer. You can watch my hands.
Timer. All right.
Okay, from now on, name me as many times... Ready? This is your question. As many types of blinds. Ready, go. 10, 9,
blinds?
8, 7.
What do you mean
blinds in the kitchen. Ready, go. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry. You got 0.
Blinds. I
mean...
mean...
Blinds in the kitchen.
Which kitchens have you ever worked in that's got blinds? I've never worked in a kitchen with blinds.
I've seen a blind now and again in the hallway.
I'm interested in how you went with rigatoni as your first choice.
I like rigatoni.
Yeah. Well, there you are.
Is it because I'm trashy?
I don't know.
Is that a trashy? No.
Penne's a bit more trashy.
Penny's trashy. I like orzo. I've got a real thing for orzo.
I mean, orzo, all right. It's just because Olivia's put in a cookbook.
Yeah, Olivia's been putting orzo with everything and it's lush.
If you were about a second earlier, you would have got orzo in there, but you were a bit too late with the orzo.
Oh, you've taken orzo away, so I have only got 3.
You haven't got 3.
Sadly, you got 0. So you're crap.
Unlucky. But see, because you can do it with many different things. You could, because there are things that you know, like you could say, I'll try another one. So you've got 10 seconds. I'll try one more. All right?
Right, fine.
Let me get the thing up.
That's right. I'm going to get you. I'll get you back, don't worry.
No worries. Right, okay. So you've got 10 seconds to name as many as you can of herbs. Go.
Herbs. Chervil, chives, parsley, thyme, rosemary, sage.
That's 4 herbs. You've done 4 herbs.
4 herbs. I had about 9 there.
It was 4.
What was I scratching myself? I was so on the spot. All right, 10 seconds starting from now. I want
this is supposed to be a short podcast. Carry on.
Yeah, it's becoming
but
bitter.
I don't want to lose.
All right, so it's manufacturers of dishwashers.
Manufacturers. Hobart. Sandwich.
8, 7,
This
6,
Wal-
5,
Walter Holt,
4,
Winter Halter.
3, 2, 1. You got 2.
3.
Congratulations. Right, now moving on to the next section.
It's a nice little thing, though, because it's stuff that you know, but then you got it on the spot, and then it's like, don't know what's coming at you.
And you've lost them both. Anyway.
I've lost them both. Right. Sandwiches mid-service.
Oh, I've known many a chef to go absolutely ballistic at this point. Many a tub to be smashed around.
The other day I was in work and somebody came in and it was a member of staff. They didn't like the staff dinner or something wasn't quite their liking. And they said, oh, can you just do me something simple like a sandwich? That is not simple. That is far from simple. That's the least simple thing on the menu. Or when a guest comes in, oh, can I just have a sandwich? It's not just a sandwich. It's the most pain in the arse thing to do in the middle of service.
You're going to go halfway across the kitchen to get some bread. Then you're going to go walk in fridge to get the
Has anyone got any soft butter that's not split because the kitchen's too hot or not fridge cold because it's in a fridge? No, anyone got any warm butter? No, there's no warm butter.
You try and put it in the microwave just to soften it a little bit and you end up melting half of it.
And somebody launches it out because they're trying to microwave some rice or a sticky toffee pudding. And then you're trying to find the ham and you're in the meat fridge and there's somebody throwing steaks around. Get out of the way. And it's great. I enjoy the stress that a sandwich causes and people don't realise it because they think it's just a sandwich. It's like sandwiches on an afternoon tea and people go, oh, you know, it was a bit stale or it was a bit this. It's like, well, kitchens are not the place for a sandwich. Like they go stale, they're shit and they're just problematic.
You need a well-ventilated deli for that or sandwich bar.
Yeah, not much air movement and they're just gentle and it's fine. But no, I enjoy them because I enjoy watching people lose their shit over sandwiches.
Especially if you've got any cheese grated.
Yeah. What's the cheese? Oh, and it's like, oh, I've got some soft butter, okay. And then you do the sandwich and then they come out, oh, I was supposed to be on gluten-free bread. Oh, for fuck's sake. But all the classic, it never says if it's white or brown bread and then you just do it up. And can you just go and ask them? This is straying slightly off topic already and we shouldn't do that too much. But last night, were you in work last night?
No.
Was I in work last night? I can't remember. I think we were. Anyway.
Oh, did I work last night?
Yeah, there was a CheckON, pre-order, big table. One of the starters, soup, vegan, no worries. So I said, and then one of the other starters, shellfish allergy. I said, cool. Can you go out and find what the main courses are? Oh, what do you mean? I said, well, there's nothing even vegetarian on this main. Because he said, I think we've got one vegetarian and one vegan. I said, well, there's no vegetarian dishes on the main course, never mind a vegan one. And he was a bit, oh, well, she doesn't know. And it's just awkward to ask. I'm like, I don't care if it's awkward. It's going to be more awkward when I give something to a vegan that he shouldn't have. And then he came in, he said, well, I think it's Karen or whatever her name was. Yeah, she's had the soup to start vegan, but she's having the pork belly main and the ice cream for dessert. I'm like, well, how is she having that?
How does that make any sense?
I said, right, go and ask Karen. Go to the table and say, excuse me, who's Karen? Who's having the vegan soup? All right, you're eating the soup, lovely. Can you explain? And he said, I've asked her. He said, oh, yeah, it is a bit confusing, but yeah, I'm having the pork. Well, you're not vegan then, are you? And I said, what is she allergic? He said, oh, it's something to do with allergies. I'm like, oh, what is the problem? What is it she doesn't like? He said, well, I can't go back again. I said, I'm going to refuse to cook for her unless you go back again because there's no point saying to me, oh, she said the soup has to be vegan because of her allergies.
He was so hit and miss.
And then the pork can be whatever the hell you want. I was like, and then he said, this is really embarrassing. I was like, what's going to be more embarrassing when she dies in a restaurant? It's embarrassing for her that she's ordered pork and she's claiming it's vegan. And it turned out that she didn't like blue cheese. So so she didn't like blue cheese, so she'd ordered soup of the day not knowing what it would be, fair enough. So she said, I'll have the soup vegan because that way it won't include blue cheese.
Yeah.
I was like, that.
So he completely missed the point. In fact,
she missed the bloody point.
She missed the point, but he wasn't paying attention when he took the order.
No. Well, there was a pre-order, to be fair. But sandwiches, it happens, doesn't it? Because then you get, oh, well, I don't like this and I don't like that. And occasionally someone will have they want a ham sandwich, but they don't want mustard mayo. But are we allowed to talk about? It was Paul. Yes. Paul threw him under the bus. I mean, I don't know. Anyway,
yeah. Because I know Phil listens, so I don't. We want to pick, but Paul threw you under the bus. So, for those listening, can I just say it?
Yeah.
So, for those listening, the pastry chef we talked about, who punches fridge and stamps on bread. Well, he had a number.
He's on next week's episode, so let's not go too hard.
Yeah, he punched the hell out of a chip box with two fists, smashing the hell out of it. Because according to Paul,
right, Which is probably
who
bullshit,
doesn't
but
listen,
let's go with it.
who doesn't listen to this podcast, so we can just say
He doesn't know how to use a phone.
According to Paul, it was because the customer ordered a ham sandwich with normal mayo, not mustard mayo, and that's when Phil started smashing the hell out of the chip box and punching with both fists. But if Phil would like to comment.
See, I know both characters involved in this, and I imagine what's happened is that he shouted across the kitchen, "Can somebody make me a plain ham sandwich?" And Paul was probably gone, "Well, I don't want to help pastry because I can't be asked because it's pastry." And so then that's what's led to the outburst. I just imagine there must have been something along those lines that's led to that.
Or you haven't left him prep for afternoon tea.
I mean, I haven't left him prep.
Well, you were on pastry the day before him.
Was I?
Wasn't he?
Only for service.
Ah.
You're not allowed to prep and service.
Ah, yeah, fair enough.
I was doing a deep cleaning service.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Did it? Oh. Cleaned all the flower bins.
Is it?
Yeah. And all the shelving down the left side.
Ah, yeah. I was only looking at the right side and I thought, oh, needs doing.
I threw away loads of martini glasses, so if they've gone missing, then I accidentally tripped.
They are so trashy.
Plastic martini glass. They all went in the bin. I was like, 80 of these are recyclable. Off they go.
Yeah, they're garbage.
Yeah. But yeah, sandwiches in service. If you're going to go into a restaurant and you want to piss someone off, order a sandwich because you think it's simple, because I guarantee it'll piss off the chef every single time.
And order cheese.
And order cheese.
So make sure you order cheese.
Yeah, and then when it comes out, whichever way it comes, if it comes out sliced, say, "Sorry, could it be grated? I prefer grated in a sandwich." Or if it comes out grated, go, "Sorry, can I get sliced cheese? I'm a bit funny about processed stuff." Because either way, it really, really winds someone's day up.
Yeah, just do that. I might just do it next time we're out.
Right, main course then. This is the first time we've ever done the podcast while there's been a cat in our midst.
Yeah, we got a cat.
And it turns out that you are allowed to eat your cat after they've passed. So
Oh, come up then. Come and say hello.
there's always that option. Spatial awareness, main course.
Oh, go on then.
Was Paul, who previously mentioned the previous course, he was behind me the other day. And I was like, all right, I was walking backwards, yes, fine. But I'm on my section. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're on a source section. It's a bit of a dance, isn't it? People say about sort of synergy in a kitchen. When you've worked with people for long enough, you know, you can anticipate their moves, you know what's going to happen. You sort of dance around each other.
Because you can easily walk into people.
Well, yeah.
If you're new to the environment.
Yeah, it's very easy to get bumped around the place and sort of pushed from pillar to post, and it's annoying. But people that don't have spatial awareness, or people that don't alert when they're coming behind you, backs or behind you or whatever, it's like, I sent it to an UKP the other day, just say it. When you come through, backs, people know you're coming through.
We know you're there.
And it's fine. But if you just come through and you don't say anything, that's a problem. And the other one is just people that don't... Big Lad is the classic here. He's going to have to be mentioned because he's a big flapping
No
albatross.
breaks. No breaks at all. Just
No breaks.
We'll just walk towards you and carry on walking.
Or people that stand with their hands on their hips, that pisses me right off, because then their elbows are sticking out and it's like, well, you're taking up the space of three people, get your elbows in, like I'm walking past you. But if they do it on your section, this is what happened the other night, and I was doing something at the pass. I think I had something was in the pan, and I needed to add something else to the pan, so I needed to add blue cheese to the sizzler. So I had the pan there at the pass, so I was just reading a ticket, and I spun around at quite high speed to go towards my open countertop fridge to take the cheese to put it in there. I knew scatting flying with this pan, which was a red hot frying pan, just with heat. He said, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, why are you there? Yeah. You should not be there. This is my section. Do not come wandering through it." It's something that people need to learn, because
one thing I like doing is forcing a burn.
Yeah.
So if I come through with something hot, now I do abuse the system. I do shout hot coming through when really I haven't, and I just walk through because they're all in my way. But sometimes I come through and it would just be like, coming through, hot stuff, and they don't move because they're in a conversation. And I just love clipping the side of their ear, or clipping their elbow, or jabbing them in the ribs with a tray, just wrench it in there. Just listen, be aware of your environment. Someone talking, listen, keep a...
I've walked into a number of people over time because they haven't listened. But I suppose that is spatial awareness and the same thing, but it's the awareness of people around you. Like, if you don't, it's a dangerous environment. You need to be
There has been times where I've had something hot and you've misplaced it. Sometimes you don't even get oven cloths. You're given tea towels. Yeah. And if it's burning through and move. Yeah. You move. And if you don't move, I'm getting burnt to hell.
Move first, think later.
So it's coming through. And if you don't move, you're getting burnt as well. Or an elbows out. Yeah. If they got their elbows out because they're holding their hips, just a little frying pan burn to the elbow.
I once upset a KP quite badly when I was quite a young chef because do you remember the layout of the Nair kitchen years ago?
Yeah.
So you go down the back and then the pot wash was just around the corner.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the KP was now, but he'd pulled out the bench that was in front of the sink where you stacked up all the dirt. He's pulled that out and he was cleaning the wall behind it. And I came around the corner with a frying pan and I was like, coming through hot. And I went around the corner and I launched his pan onto where the table normally is, but there wasn't a table there. He moved the bloody table. So I launched his pan that was relatively hot, just come off the stove hot, and it landed right on the back of his neck and threw the thing off and stood up and burned him quite badly. I think his name was Mark. He was an old guy. It was a bit weird.
Oh, we got a couple of good burn stories, but we'll save that for another course.
Burns will be a separate thing. But
yeah, burns.
Just people that are in spaces, like why people don't understand more the impact. And understand
freezing when you tell them they freeze while they process
move,
it.
Go, yeah, go. If people stand in your way, like go, move, go, keep going, get out of the way, just move. Thank you. People just don't have that urgency. No. So
there's no urgency at all.
No, which is one really important thing in the kitchen, having a sense of urgency, and I think the spatial awareness is part of that because you realise everybody else around you is moving at a fast pace. Get out of the way. I said to you earlier about Olive saying, when we did an event together last week, she's like, when you get to the point of service when you're like, okay, we're plating up now, she said, you talk so fast, I barely understand what you're saying. I was like, well, it's not complicated what I'm saying. It's just, forget everything else, just follow the words and just do exactly as I say. Don't think about it, just do it.
Yeah.
Because that's when it works easily. And if you start questioning stuff, so when you're on the pass and you say to someone, I need more chips, or I need this, or I need that. It's like, you've already got, I need more. Yeah, but shut up. Just do what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And if it's wrong, by all means, we'll argue about it later. But it won't be wrong because I'm right, so shut up.
So what if it is wrong? Just do it.
Exactly, yeah. Get another portion of mussels on. No, you've already got enough. No, I haven't. Just cook some more mussels. I suppose that's a different awareness, but spatial awareness and people with their elbows out and people getting in the way, they just need to... feel for the poor buggers like us who have to walk into them.
All right.
Right, that's all right for me. That's the end of the main course. It's not a very big one today, but it's an important one. I think people...
We've had a couple of hour ones over the last few episodes, so let's have a short and sweet one this time.
She said.
Hey.
CheckON. Dessert. So, what are you doing, Millie? Millie's trying to eat the
remote control.
No, I think she's trying to eat this sealant off the side of this beer can. Because you can't use plastic things on top anymore. They put the glue on the cans, which is really bloody annoying to glue the 4 cans together. Anyway, we said about the whole film and television thing and discussing such thing, which I haven't actually watched the 80s one yet from last week, but it is on my to-do list. Was it Dinner Rush? I need to watch that. But I thought about the film Waiting. You seen Waiting? So... It's I think it's Ryan Reynolds, I think is his name. He's one of the sort of big-ish, that kind of ilk kind of guys from the States. And it's based in a restaurant called Shenanigans. And it's like a one day in the life of the job at Shenanigans. And the new waiter starts, I can't remember what his name is, but he comes in, he's quite a shy kid. Comes in and they just introduce him to everyone as if you would in a normal sort of kitchen environment. It's like, don't talk to him, he's mental. She's a psycho, this is that guy's this is that, this is the cape. And he just gets pulled from pillar to post all day long and he just sees everything. And it's just a whirlwind of different stuff. But I think it's a very good representation in many different bits. It's got all sorts of strange bits in it. Like there's the 2 KPs who are like sat in the vineyard discussing how they're going to start growing weed and selling it and they're going to take over the world. And then they're rappers and then the manager who's like a balding mid-40s guy who thinks he's super successful with his beer belly and just like, look at me, I'm running this crappy fast food joint and I'm basically God and whatever, mate. And then there's the other KP who gives like great life advice which is possibly one of the best scenes in the whole film, is when he's there chatting to this young waitress about what she should be doing with her life and have you considered this and all the rest of it.
Oh, he's as if he's in the right position.
He's some sort of like deep counselor, even though he's there to escape in. And she sort of takes on, do you know what would be better if you just shut up and wash the fucking dishes, asshole? And she just storms out into the restaurant. And it gets near the end of it, and there's this one guy who's like, oh, my life's a bit crap. I'm just stuck here in this restaurant. I've been here forever, and all my friends have gone on to decent things, and I'm just stuck in this dead-end restaurant. And then somebody offers him, near the end of the film, they're like, give him a business card and go, I've been watching you all night tonight. Like, I can see a lot of potential in you. Like, you shouldn't be stuck in a crappy restaurant like this. You should be pushing yourself and doing something about your life. If you ever want a real challenge in life, hit me up. And this is my business card. And he's like, oh, somebody's actually seen my true potential. I could be something better than this. And then he looks at the business card and it's just another restaurant down the road. He's like, but then it gets to the end of the day. I'm pretty much giving the whole film away, but it gets to the end of the day and then the kid just finally blows up and loses his shit after he's had to deal with all this crap for the whole day. And the chefs have a good game. I can't remember what the game's called. It has got a name. But you... laughing. I don't know what it's called, but basically the premise and the rules of the game are you have to make somebody else you have to make one of the chefs in the kitchen, or I think a KP would work, but a chef mainly, get somebody else in the kitchen to look at your naked testicles. So they had many different ways of doing it, and they had special moves. There was the goat, there was the bat wing where you pull it to one side and all these different things.
Oh, right.
And so they'd be in the walk-in fridge doing the bat wing, and then they'd say, oh, such and such, can you come in the fridge? And then the aim of the game was to get someone to look at your balls. And then if another chef looked at your balls, then that meant you could spend, for the rest of that day, you got to kick them in the ass and call them a faggot. So they just spent the rest of the day then kicking them in the ass and calling them a faggot if they looked at their balls.
How random. Is that American, is it?
Yeah, it's very American.
Yeah.
But it was a good film. They did do a sequel called Still Waiting, but I can't remember if I've seen it. I feel like I may have seen it, but I don't think it was very good. But I think a lot of it was quite insightful. Like,
right. I should really start watching some of these if they're going to be discussed.
Well, you should. Maybe we should actually watch one before we discuss it next time.
Problem is, I'm working all day.
Well, stop working. I suppose you could, but when you're not working, you've got to edit a podcast. But then if I talk less on a podcast, you'd have less to edit.
Yeah, but then the podcast would be really short.
True, we don't that. But we'll have the unit soon, then we can do live video ones. Then the editing would be less.
Yes, it would.
Well, at least the Moose Boost was short because you only had the 10 seconds where you could only name 3 pastas and was it 3 or 4 herbs?
I tend to do very little editing now.
You got 4 herbs, didn't you, in 10 seconds? Or was it 3? I think it was 4.
I'm going to be overdubbing that. I'm on the editing. I get 15 right now and I'll just list as many as I want and record it.
Why did you list lemon balm? I just ran out of all the others.
You can imagine that. I list about 12 and then the time's up and you're like, great, you got 3? It's going to be a bit of a clash there, isn't it?
Or you just dub over the wrong thing. Shiitake, enoki, buna shimeji, and that's all your herbs. Good. Well, I think that's all I've got to tell you. So I don't know how long that's been, but
25 minutes.
Is it?
Yeah, we said we were going to have a short, sweet one.
That is short and sweet. So we'll leave it at that.
All right, that's going to be the quickest one we've done yet.
Happy Christmas to everybody. No, happy Easter, isn't it? It's Easter next week. We haven't
Most people drive for about half an hour anyway, so while you listen to this driving, half an hour is about the right time
to
listen to the whole thing.
It was Easter next week, isn't it?
Is it?
We better do Easter theme next week.
All right. Yeah, bunnies.
Good Friday. The Good Friday peace agreement. No, maybe not. That's a bit.
No, that's crap, Darren. We need to get to bed. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're supposed to be much more better at. We're supposed to be better at this.
Yeah, it's good. Do you like my bent Allen key? That is what it took to take apart that walk-in fridge the other day.
Right, we're at the Allen key. Okay, so take us out.
Well, it's been emotional, and thanks for popping around. Sorry we couldn't have gone to yours tonight, but the kids are upstairs asleep, and they're probably thinking, what is that insistent noise downstairs? Oh no, it's just my dad.
Yeah.
The wife's home tomorrow, so, that's exciting.
Well, I can't wait for you to get a bollocking about the state of the house.
No,
you need to clean up in it.
Tomorrow's going to be a busy day in this house. But anyway, that's all for me, and we'll see you next week.
All right, catch you next week. Take care.
Bye.